Boolean operator lets you add or subtract the trigs generated from the two pulse generators in different ways based on mathematical logical expressions. Meh? What the Hey, what's up? My name is Heiko. I go by the artist name Nogasayan, and today I'm back with the Digitone 2. Yeah, who wonders? Because it's my favorite piece of gear at the moment. Yeah, and today it's all about the Euclidean sequencer mode, because the Digitone 2 and the Digitakt 2 and also I think the Syntact and the analog rhythm also got this Euclidean mode, but I only have the Digitone 2 and I want to check it out. Yeah, what I want to use the Euclidean mode for is as an idea generator, mainly for percussive things, because it only can generate tricks or steps in the sequencer, but not melodic content. So you only have percussive, tricks or steps which are generated by two pulse generators, and you can then turn it around and play with the location of these steps with the Boolean operator, I think it's called. Yeah. So you can do some crazy things, and you can play with it for a while, and then the tricks are constantly being changed and rotated in the sequence, and like this you can find some really interesting results regarding drum rolls or drum lines. I strongly hope that Elektron gives us an update at some point where the Euclidean mode is generating melodic content also. I don't know if it's the right term, melodic content or Euclidean mode. I think it's called somewhat else, because on the OXI One sequencer and I think on the Poly and Play or tracker machines, they have this Euclidean mode melodic chord generate things. I don't know which crazy algorithm and how it is called, but I would like to have this in my Elektron sequencer, because that would be nice. Elektron, please. So as always, talk less, do more. Let's dive in. So here we are back on the Digitone 2, and in my last video one viewer said that he wishes to get a zoomed in camera angle because he cannot see the values I dial in here with these knobs. So you're welcome, it's zoomed in. I have the Digitakt here for some basic rhythms and stuff, but for now let's concentrate on the Digitone 2. I have selected one of my own snares here, because I'm working on a sound pack, which you can maybe download in the next few weeks or so. So I got this Nogasayan Snare Drum 01. Nothing fancy, like this. So first let's set the metronome on. So to enter the Euclidean sequencer mode, you have to press Function and Sequencer, and now you are in this Euclidean mode. To turn it on, you have to toggle this knob, Euclidean. Now it's on. And if we play, then you hear the metronome at first, but no trick selected. And pay attention to this. There is no trick selected on this sequencer lane. It's empty. So turn on Euclidean mode. Hit play. Now you hear the metronome and nothing else. These are the pulse generators. Pulse generator 1 and pulse generator 2. You have these two pulse generators that are creating tricks or steps to your sequencer. This one is the length. You can set the length of the sequence, but this is always only available if you are on per track mode. I am not in per track mode. I am on the master length, and it's 128 steps. This is the rotation generator, and it sets the number of pulses or tricks placed on the sequencer by the generator number 1. And the same for this. Then we have the track rotation, and it rotates the tricks placed by both generator 1 and generator 2 forward or backward on the track. And then added to this, we have the Boolean operator. Now that is where things get really wild, because Boolean operator lets you add or subtract the tricks generated from the two pulse generators in different ways based on mathematical logical expressions. Wow, I don't know what this means, but I think things will happen. Let's just mess around with parameters. So let's hit play. We have the metronome, and now we dial in the pulse generator 1. Let's set it on 4. Okay. Let's set it to 8. Okay, now we have on every one, we have a snare drum. Let's dial it up to 16. Okay, 32. Now we have a snare drum on every beat. And let's now add the second pulse generator and maybe let's see what it generates. Let's set it to half of the value from the pulse generator 1. So let's set it at 16. Nothing happens. I think how I understand the Boolean operator is that if any of the steps generated from pulse generator 2 is on the same trig as pulse generator 1, then this Boolean operator rotates or pushes it to any of the side to make it not double the trig, I think. Let's play. Okay, so as you hear, there is some kind of rhythm programmed and generated by the pulse generators, but they are not changing. So with these parameters over here, the rotation generator 1 and 2, you can say that the trigs which are generated rotate every time the sequence is repeated. At least that's how I understand it. So let's try. Okay, it stays the same even though the pattern is starting it again from the beginning. That means my understanding was wrong. It does not change every time the sequence is looping, but you have to dial these things and play around with it until you have a beat that fits or that you like. Let's try this one. This is track rotation generator. Maybe this is the one I'm searching for. Still the same. Let's see. Still the same. I don't know what this thing does. I mean, yeah, I know. It pushes the trigs and rotates them for this amount of 4 or 5 or 6. But it does not recreate itself or creates another rhythm when the pattern starts from the beginning again. So my understanding was when the pattern starts or when the pattern loops, then it generates something else. But this is not what it does, I think. It only changes the steps when you dial the knob. It does not change by itself. So I think this is meant to just play around with the parameters here and with the track rotation until you found something what you like. Okay, maybe we should get rid of this awful metronome and add a kick. So one thing I read in the Elektronauts forum is that the trigs which are generated by the Euclidean operator or generator change a little bit when there are already trigs produced. So let's place some trigs here, maybe some even trigs. Okay, so if we now switch on the Euclidean generator, then things might be a little bit more interesting. Okay, Okay, now it starts to get interesting, because now I think the track rotate creates uneven amount of steps, because before we entered the Euclidean mode there are already 4 trigs selected, and now the generated trigs are rotating around them, because now if you let the pattern play, it's constantly changing. That's what I was searching for. Remember, you have to play some tricks and then start the Euclidean generator. I tend to say operator, why? I don't know. Play some tricks, then start the Euclidean generator and play with these parameters. And then you start to hear how it changes every time it repeats and creates some interesting rhythms. So, can you now imagine how awesome it would be to have melodic content also generated by this? That would be awesome. Maybe if you could set a chord or a harmonic range and then it creates a melody for you. Yeah, that's for lame people, I know, but it is an idea generator. And the OXI One sequencer and the Boolean machines can do that. And I'm pretty sure that the Elektron sequencer could do that also with a little update. The Torso S1 also have this kind of melody generator. I think it would just be awesome to have it in an Elektron sequencer. I would like to stay in the Elektron world, and I really love the Elektron sequencer, so I would like to stick to it. So if you want to implement this generated percussive line into a song, you can either let the Euclidean mode enabled or you can disable it. When you want to disable it, it gets fixed. So in the moment you switched off the Euclidean mode, the generated trigs stays like they are in that moment. You can keep the Euclidean mode toggle to on and it constantly changes. Maybe for live it's nice to have it constantly changing itself. But if you want to create a song and you want to stick to one certain rhythm, then you have to press function and toggle this off. Now the trigs which were generated in that moment are here to stay. So now maybe let's get rid of this sound and search another one. Maybe let's try it with this bass here. Oh, there's an arpeggiator on. That's quite nice. Maybe it fits because I created a little rhythm before starting this video and it goes like this. So that's what we have right now. And I also got a little arpeggiator line. I also created this arpeggiator line with the Euclidean trig generator, but I dialed in trig parameter lockings on each step and dialed in the notes for the arpeggiator. And let's try if the thing we programmed here maybe fits to that. Maybe it could be the part number 1 and the part number 2. The arpeggiator can be added. So that's what we have right now. Yeah, I think you can play a long time with this Euclidean mode and play around with the tricks which are generated by this machine. Yeah, you can go pretty wild. Even though, yeah, you can get pretty wild because you can play some tricks before you enter the Euclidean mode. That's where things get interesting, I think. Yeah, I hope this was useful. Not that deep this time because I have to find out some sweet spots for myself. But you heard that arpeggiator line which was created by the Euclidean generator, and the other arpeggiator line was also created by the Euclidean generator. Before I started this video, I already had that produced. And then I go to every step and dialed in the notes via the trig conditions. You can absolutely do that. The arpeggiator on the Digitone 2 is awesome. Just take your time, fiddle around with it, and play with the track rotation and play some tricks beforehand. And yeah, maybe you can find a sweet spot and get some nice ideas for your next rhythms or melodies or whatever. Yeah, I hope this was useful. Thanks for being here again. Yeah, if you like what I do here, then maybe like and subscribe. Yeah, and come back next Saturday for the next episode, because Saturday at 10 a.m. CET, I'm back at the desk. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your subscriptions. Take care. Until next time. Bye.